For nearly 3 decades, a small Colorado town called South Park has been the epicenter of cultural commentary, political satire, and gloriously offensive animation. What started as a quirky experiment by 2 college friends quickly snowballed into a phenomenon that would change television forever, challenging what was possible in the world of adult animation. That town, of course, is South Park. But it's not just a place on a map. It's a state of mind, a symbol of irreverence and fearless creativity that's resonated with millions around the world. We started with crude construction paper cutouts and a simple goal: make each other laugh by pointing out the absurdity in everything. Those humble beginnings, with scissors and construction paper, set the tone for a show that never took itself too seriously, but always had something sharp to say. South Park's formula: kids being kids in a world as messed up as our own. Through the eyes of Stan, Kyle, Cartman, and Kenny, we see the chaos of adulthood filtered through childhood innocence and sometimes shocking honesty. We hold a funhouse mirror to society, blowing up real-world anxieties to ridiculous proportions. Every episode is a wild ride, exaggerating the news and our collective fears until they're impossible to ignore or not laugh at. We're equal opportunity offenders. If you're in the news, you're fair game. No topic is too taboo, no celebrity too sacred, and no issue too complex to be skewered with a punchline. Our only rule: make fun of everything or nothing, and nothing is boring. Comedy, after all, is about taking risks, and South Park has never shied away from controversy or uncomfortable truths. As long as South Park keeps pushing boundaries, it'll keep being South Park. The show's legacy is built on its willingness to go where others won't, and as long as there's something to laugh at or something to challenge, you can bet South Park will be there, holding up that funhouse mirror for all of us to see. Let's dive into the episode that's got everyone talking: Sermon on the Mount. If you've been anywhere near social media, you've seen the memes, the outrage, and the endless debates. This isn't just another South Park episode. It's a cultural lightning rod, sparking reactions from die-hard fans and casual viewers alike. So, what exactly happened that made the internet collectively lose its mind? The episode opens with Jesus himself strolling into South Park Elementary. But he's not there to deliver a sermon or perform miracles. He's there because Paramount, in a bizarre twist, struck a deal with Donald Trump to avoid a massive lawsuit. It's a setup that's as absurd as it is brilliant, blending religious iconography with corporate legal maneuvering in classic South Park fashion. The satire is razor-sharp. The show lampoons the way corporations bend over backwards to avoid controversy, with Jesus forced to play along with Trump's demands. Meanwhile, Cartman is having a full-blown existential crisis. His usual shock tactics and bigotry just don't land anymore in a world that's become numb to outrage. The episode brilliantly exposes how the boundaries of what's considered shocking have shifted, and then, in true South Park style, things get even weirder. Trump returns, not as Mr. Garrison, but as himself, complete with a photorealistic, flapping head, awkwardly perched on a stick figure body. He's literally in bed with Satan, taking the metaphor to a whole new level of absurdity. The punchline? It's Satan who's fed up with Trump, not the other way around. The episode doesn't hold back, taking relentless jabs at Trump's ego, his insecurities, and even his supposed virility. The dynamic between Trump and Satan is both hilarious and biting, a perfect example of South Park's fearless approach to satire. As the chaos unfolds, the citizens of South Park ultimately give in. They pay Trump off and start churning out pro-Trump propaganda. A not-so-subtle jab at how society often chooses the path of least resistance, even if it means compromising their values. The episode's ending is a sharp commentary on real-world exhaustion and the tendency to just go along with the madness. And just when you think the episode can't possibly top itself, it ends with a surreal, deep-faked PSA, a naked Trump wandering the desert, his googly-eyed penis chirping, "I am Donald Trump and I approve this message." It's bizarre, hilarious, and a perfect encapsulation of the episode's wild, no-holds-barred energy. The Trump-Satan relationship was our comedic centerpiece, a devil tired of his partner's endless need for validation. By making Satan the sympathetic one, we turned Trump into the universal boyfriend from hell. The juvenile jokes about Trump's appearance? Deliberate. Sometimes the best way to deflate a figure obsessed with dominance is with the dumbest insult. Meanwhile, Cartman's crisis mirrors the emptiness of reactionary culture. When being provocative becomes mainstream, what's left? This wasn't just about Trump, but about the culture that enables him. Cartman's sadness is a commentary on the hollowness of building your identity on outrage. The Sermon on the Mount's real target? It's not just a religious moment, it's a sharp critique of how power and money can systematically silence dissenting voices. In our episode, we wanted to peel back the layers and show how those in control use their influence to suppress uncomfortable truths, often under the guise of maintaining order or protecting reputations. The satire isn't just for laughs, it's a mirror held up to the mechanisms that keep the powerful insulated from criticism. Paramount's fear of a Trump lawsuit drives the plot, a direct nod to real-world legal settlements. The looming threat of litigation isn't just a plot device, it's a reflection of how corporations often bend to the will of those with deep pockets, prioritizing legal safety over creative expression. This anxiety shapes every decision, from what gets greenlit to what gets buried. By casting Jesus as a corporate messenger, we're satirizing the way companies worship the bottom line above all else. Principles and ideals are often sacrificed at the altar of profit, and our episode exaggerates this to highlight the absurdity. It's a commentary on how even the most sacred messages can be twisted to serve financial interests. We wove in media mergers and late-night show cancellations, highlighting a risk-averse, placating corporate culture. These decisions aren't made in a vacuum. They're calculated moves to avoid controversy, minimize backlash, and keep advertisers happy. The result? A creative landscape that's increasingly sanitized and afraid to challenge the status quo. Our comedy is a Trojan horse. Beneath the absurdity, we're critiquing corporate cowardice and the erosion of artistic freedom. Satire becomes a tool for smuggling uncomfortable truths past the gatekeepers, using humor to expose the compromises and self-censorship that define modern media. The episode polarized viewers. Some saw necessary satire, others just crude attacks. This split reaction is a testament to the power of comedy to provoke, unsettle, and spark debate. It's a reminder that satire's job isn't to comfort but to challenge. But that's the risk when you tackle power head-on. You're guaranteed to piss someone off. Yet in a world where silence is often bought and dissent is discouraged, maybe that's exactly what needs to happen. Good! The reaction was instant. Outrage, praise, boycotts, debates. Just another week for South Park. If you're not offending someone, you're not doing anything interesting. Satire's job is to provoke, to challenge beliefs, to expose hypocrisy. Ridicule is the best weapon against authoritarianism. Strip away the aura, and all that's left is the joke. The White House can call us fourth-rate, but that absurd image is now burned into public memory. We want people to argue, debate, and question, anything but polite silence. So, to everyone shocked or offended, we're sorry, and we'll probably do it again next week. Controversy is our brand. South Park's always stomped on sacred cows, religion, politics, you name it. We've racked up bans, lawsuits, and angry letters from every corner. No belief system is off limits. We've mocked Scientology, tried to depict Muhammad, and lampooned both sides of the political aisle. Our history explains why we went after Trump so directly. It's a return to our roots. The episode wasn't just about one politician, but about speaking truth to power, even if it's wrapped in a dick joke. If you're a satirist, you can't have sacred cows, not even a former president. After all the outrage, what's the point? Does a crude cartoon actually matter? Maybe we're just court jesters providing a release valve but not changing anything. Or maybe satire's real power is clarity, cutting through noise, distilling issues to their absurd core. South Park gives people a common language, a way to laugh at the madness. We won't save the world, but we can be a thorn in the side of the powerful. We make people laugh, make them angry, make them talk, and maybe that's enough. So does South Park help people understand politics or just make them mad? You tell us.